Push. Okay na yan. Sige. Start na pala ng recall. What's up, guys? Buti lang naka-Nathan ako. Tingnan nyo to. Auto-attack lang yan, oh. Yan, basic. Welcome to the post-week 5 edition of Recall. Ako nga pala inyong host. Ako nga pala si Leo. Isang umaasang top Philippines Nathan, pero mukhang malabo kasi nga ang daming malalakas sa MPL. Ang lakas ng hero! Pero ngayon ang ating show ngayon ay napaka-special dahil meron tayong napakalupit na guest, and of course, we'll be joined by a couple of our regulars. Tara na! Introduce natin sila. Let's have our guest come in. Of course, andito si Sunlight. Siya yung kalaro ko. So AFK na ako. Pero okay na yan. Si Sona.
Coach, ba't ka
And of
nag-out?
course, ang ating very, very special guest, andito ngayon, ang pinakamamahal nating mage dad, si UG. UG, kumusta?
Hello.
Man,
Okay lang.
Ano to? Itong guest na to, long time coming. Kumusta ka naman?
All goods. Updated pa rin sa meta.
Sim. Siyempre, napapanood namin, big fan kami ng mga analysis mo. And of course, yun yung daily grind mo. Buti na make time ka for this stream. Thank you ulit.
At thank you rin sa invite dito sa show. Talagang baka may opportunity rin ako ma-showcase sa mga viewers natin yung mga bagong analysis na natutunan ko this past few days.
Kasi puro kami caster lang dito eh. So there's only so much we can share. But with your experience, syempre malayo rin ang mararating natin. Add value to Recall. Sunlight! Ikaw naman, kumusta, Sona? How you doing?
Ito, ayos lang. Sobrang dami ng mga nangyayari at the same time. Nagulat din ako dun sa pangalan ko eh. Kasi naliwanagan talaga yung dating midnight na sinasabi natin. And as you can see, we repping something different today. And it's something that we should, you should go. We should hear the next play roar this time, Coach.
Yan yung favorite naming sticker ni Uwomi. Pag nag-grind kami, parating, next play, you gusto! Tapos wala, nananalo kami. So, may something dyan eh. By the way, guys, sa mga hindi nakakilala sa ating special guest, kay Mage Dad UG, isa siyang OG, triple OG. Kung may OG sa ML, mas OG pa siya. Okay? So, paalala lang natin, saan nga ba nanggaling si Ginoong Yuji Aizawa? Of course, he was part of the original Aether Main Season 1 roster. Sila yung nag-champion noon doon sa MOA Music Hall. And eventually, na-pick up sila ng Bren Esports. Ayun, nasa si UG. Ito, sa may kaliwa, katabi ni paring Vil tsaka ni In. Tapos, nakakabay si 666. Grabe. Kaya anong year to, Yuj?
2018?
Mainit ba
Or
nun?
19?
Mainit?
Medyo mainit.
Sa music hall yun, outdoors pa yun. Tapos syempre si UG ay lumaban din overseas. Syempre ito yung the rise of international ML. Ito yung Siaka at Indonesia. This is 2018, the Southeast Asia Cyber Arena. Tapos back to with the very first, second MSC yata itong next eh. Yung sa Indonesia naman, yan, 2018. I remember this shield. Itong shield na to yung parang kakauwi nyo lang ng bansa, parang nasisira na agad yung shield. Tama ba, Yuj?
Oo, tama. Very fragile siya eh. Sa akin kinagandahan kasi parang kinokompleto namin siya. Kasi yung trophy ng Siaka, espadang malaki. Tapos yung sa MSC, shield. And ang nakakatawa kasi doon, parang akmang-akma din siya doon sa logo ng Aether Main na dinala namin. So, makikita mo yung design ng shield, kamukhang-kamukha nun sa logo ng Aether Main. So, good swak na swak talaga.
Pasok. Okay.
Kailangan namin magre-release pa sila ng helmet.
Tapos armor.
Para full body.
Okay.
body.
So, ngayon, ano ba yun? 3-4 years later, ang next, ano yun? Nasa kabayo na ba tayo? May kabayo na ba sa Indonesia para kompleto? Pero yun, throughout the years, UG has gone in and out of the pro scene. Pero ngayon, currently, you are signed to Next Play Esports. Ano bang pinagkakabalan mo ngayon sa NXP?
More on, kami yung mga lumalaban sa mga professional teams. Parang third team kami. Tapos may mga promotions going on din kami.
Parang medyo talent ka na rin, no? Talent, streaming talent.
Talent. Streaming talent.
Okay.
Tapos
Guys, never
nagpa-part-time
naman-
analyst dito.
Oo. Never naman nawala si UG sa pro scene sa MPL, no? So always nakatutok, always nagpapabatak. Pero sige, looking back, ano lang tayo, mag-reminisce lang muna tayo, no? Anong kinaibahan ng ML noon nung nasa Either Main ka pa sa ML ngayon?
Siguro yung community. Ang laki ng pinagkaiba. Dati siguro ang konti lang din ng mga nanonood. Pero para sa amin, para sa akin, first time ko kasing makapag-compete sa isang pro tournament. So nadadamihan na ako doon. Pero looking back yung compare mo yung viewership noon sa viewership ngayon, sobrang dami nanonood, di ba? Laban ng Next Play, 150,000 on live sa Facebook pa lang. Tagalog stream pa lang, then may YouTube stream pa. So, parang sikat na talaga yung Mobile Legends. Especially dito sa Philippines. Yan.
Yeah. And I think yung time mo nung simula, nung Either Main until your time with Bren, parang ito yung tumulong kayo kayo yung nag-build up nung fan base. Kayo yung nag-set up. So yung success ngayon ng ML, wala yun kung wala yung ginawa ninyo noon. So naalala mo ba yun, yung run ni UG with Bren Esports?
Lahat
Absolutely. Yeah, I can see that. Kasi sobrang decorated the person nitong si Brother Yuji. But I just want to know more about what you had in Bren Esports. Like, anong feeling na from Aether Main being the powerhouse, nalagay ka din also sa isang powerhouse with Bren Esports?
Siguro special yung pagdala ng Bren Esports. Parang ang sarap idala, tapos ang cool na mga jersey nila. Parang ang sarap ipagyabang. Member ako nito. Ayan, nag-champion kami. Gamit tong name na to. So, nakaka-proud talaga pagkadala mo yung Bren Esports.
Pasok na pasok din kasi nung Aether lang malakas, tapos ginawang Bren lang malakas. Parang matunog eh. Parang matunog. Parang perfect siya.
Ang ganda yung hashtag.
Ganun pa rin yung timpla, malakas pa rin.
Malakas lang. Sila pa rin yung malakas lang. Kahit na ang daming malakas. Sa saying na yon sila pa rin. Pero sige, real quick, anong pinaka-naalala mo? Sona, anong pinaka-naalala mong hero ni Yuji?
I think he uses a lot. But at the same time, I know that he has a lot of MVP performances, especially nung Season 4. It's very interesting. Kasi dun siya nakilala eh. So far, sa radar ko I think I've heard a lot of teams, specifically from other countries, who are really trying to get you at this point. Pero at the same time, you stick to your roots. And it shows kung bakit sobrang lakas na player ni UG. And again, it's an honor for you to be here or to have you here with one of us. But at the same time, I also want to know, are you looking forward to going back to the pro scene at least? You know what I mean? We want to know. Gusto namin malaman yan.
Of course, if if the opportunity arises naman, I'm still looking forward to pro. Pero at the same time, medyo binabalance ko na lang din muna. And I'm looking towards gusto ko talaga mag-analyst talaga. As in yung knowledge ko talaga sa game, parang marami akong gusto matulungan sa mga typical player na nagra-rank game, syempre especially to their draftings, to their positionings. Talagang gusto kong mas mag-improve pa yung Filipino community sa Mobile Legends. Kumbaga gusto ko talaga tayong Pilipinas yung the best. Para pagka nagkaroon ulit ng SEA tournament o Worlds tournament, wala nang titibag sa atin na naman yung top 1, top 2, mga ganun.
Wait lang, Yuji, nabanggit mo na, medyo mainit yung sinasabi mo. Kasi currently you're signed with Nextplay. Pero if I'm hearing this correctly, gusto mong mag-analyst or mag-coach. Gusto mong tumulong, di ba, na magpalakas pa ng tao. What if that involves working with another org? Okay lang ba yun? Kina Boss Rob, di ba? Kina Boss Gab. Kasi part ka ng team eh. Paano yun?
Wala namang major problem doon. As long as I am not playing on another team. Pero kung coach lang, wala namang nangyaitang problem.
Yun. Okay, mainit. Guys, UG free agent, basta coaching staff. Kasi feeling ko sobrang daming maitutulong eh. Ni Mr. Consistent. Alam mo ba yun? Yung nickname na yun, Mr. Consistent.
Apo.
Kasi kung may Mr. Fundamental, may Mr. Consistent. Promise. Ayan, okay. Nakasulat, guys, ayan na. Okay? So, kung may naghahanap ng magpapalakas. But anyways, mabalik tayo sa ating current standings ng MPL, basta coaching staff. Mabalik tayo sa nangyayari ngayon after week 5 of MPL Philippines Season 8. Alam nyo naman na, Blacklist International still undefeated and medyo solid pa rin naman yung top 4 and of course yung bottom 4 natin. But that being said, hindi pa tapos ang laban. All of these teams are still actively trying to make it into the playoffs. Some of them have secured at least a slot. Yung isa pa nga yata, naka-upper bracket na yata, confirmed. So with that being said, ito yung ating mga topics ngayong araw na to, okay? Very, very jam-packed. Siyempre, susulitin natin si Mage.UG. We have the patch. Of course, kung saan na-buff yung mga marksmen, pag-usapan natin yan. Brent Champs is back. Yung kasing lakas ng Aether main lang na form, nagpapakitang gilas muli. And of course, the standoff. Bottom 3 teams trying to make it into that last slot. Power rankings and of course, guest coin. Ang ating mga paboritong segment. All of that coming your way. Pero una, balikan natin kung ano nga ba nangyari ng week 5. So, nahanda ka na ba?
Absolutely. Always ready to give it and deliver. So ngayon, ang dami ng mga nangyayaring laban and we can hopefully start with day number 1. As you can see in your screens right now, this is the battle of Onyx and Omega. The contenders versus the world champions or specifically the Southeast Asian champions. So far, this is a match na inaabangan ng marami sa atin. Especially because ang dami nating nakikita and the wins. Hopefully, they're really trying to rack up points. Most specifically, Omega being at the bottom of the standings. And dito rin natin nakita yung one of the biggest technical delays that you could probably record where it actually went over for at least an hour. Pero this is where you test the composure of some of our teams. And yes, Onyx did win this one, but fortunately, this is also a stepping stone for Omega to amp their game up more. They've showed their heart, their perseverance in terms of trying to get a lot more than just being able to lead in terms of the Southeast Asian teams all over the Asian continent. And now we are having another one, which is Bren versus NXPE2 of the top teams in the bottom half of our standings. As you can see the Squid Game reference there in the Tagalog cast. It's very interesting because Bren is actually owning NXP as of the moment at 2-0 once again. From them, this is a back-to-back win from their previous win against the same team in the last week. So it's very interesting to look at Bren Esports. Is Bren really back? And we will be seeing that up to the next days because of the fact that Bren, they've upon their interviews, they really had heart-to-heart talks where it developed into something that really helped them in their gameplay. You can see that they're more coordinated with their tactics. They're more sure of what they really want to do, and it shows because of what happened off game. And whatever happens outside of the game, it's very important for you to be able to internalize it to a point that you bring it into the scrimmages, you bring it to the rest of the games. And that is very much important in what we see right now. So again, is Bren really back?
Mahirap yung tanong na yan kasi mamaya pa yung main topic eh. Pero sige, real quick. Day 1, week 5, UG, may favorite moments ka ba doon? Kalimutan na natin yung pause. Huwag natin pag-usapan yung pause.
Week 1. Sa ano yun, no? Sa Omega.
Onyx Omega tsaka Bren NXP.
Tingin ko is parang... Ay, anong game?
Pareho sila eh. May favorite ka ba doon? Onyx Omega
Yung
tsaka
ano,
Bren
yung-
NXP.
Sa Onyx Omega, ang favorite ko lang doon is in-introduce nila yung fighter core. And then nag-open up ng mga bagong possibilities na naman. And panibagong kumbaga panibagong meta na naman. And syempre kapag may panibagong meta talagang hoping ka na makita yung susunod na ilalabas ng strategy.
Oo,
Mga
nga pala,
paborito
ito yung
ko.
Oh, ito yung first day nung bagong patch. So, dito natin nakita, wait lang. Ito rin yung interesting Yuji. Kasi, Onyx Omega, walang nag-marksman jungle. Pero nung Bren NXP, si Bren puro Nathan. Di ba? Pinipilit ni Nathan, tapos side lane sustain. Tingnan natin kung yun din ang makikita natin day 2. So, nakwento mo naman, day 2 of week 5.
G Coach, here we have it. TNC laban sa Blacklist, isa na nasa taas ng standings and the other is at the very bottom. Both are really trying to get points kasi mahalaga yan sa kanila for them to be able to solidify the standings na meron sila as of the moment. So far, nagpakita ng showing dito yung TNC kasi nakita natin yung aggressive playstyle nila, but however, you can never beat the heart of a champion. The perseverance is always there. And the most especially si Haji, which is very surprising with this Sparsa. I really have to commend him on this one because of the fact that it is always there to be present. And speaking of which, RSG and Echo is absolutely up next. The battle of the competitors or the contenders. Because ito yung parang nagdidikta sa atin . These are some of the teams that we actually peg to be in one of the slots in the upcoming playoffs or the finals round ng ating MPL Philippines Season 8. However, you can also note here that Demon Kite was, alam mo yun, medyo na-umay na siguro siya ng konti because of the fact that he was using X-Borg in all of the 3 matches. Pero, hey, a win is a win, di ba? So it's very nice to see that even though he's using X-Borg, the rest of the members are really stepping up. They're really looking forward and to what they have tried to do better. Pero yun din yung napansin natin in terms of Echo. Yes, the communication is absolutely there, but you have to capitalize on what the rest of the communication or yung calls, kumbaga, calls are very important, especially in the late stages of the game. We see here right now that they are trying to defend it, but at the same time, it will not suffice because RSG will be able to take this one in the bag. 2 points for RSG to solidify what they have in the standings, habang sa abala naman, Echo will have to fight another day and they just simply keep attacking and yung aggressiveness ng kanilang mga playstyle ay nandito din, especially with the fact that sa RSG, this is actually a Bruno from Iaknu and the other members coming in from the side of RSG. But again, here we have the final matchup. Kung makikita na ba natin kung Bren is back na nga ba talaga as they face Onyx Philippines with this one as well. Bren, Onyx, some of the biggest teams na nakikita natin in this season. We're really trying to look forward kung makakabawi ba ang Bren sa kanilang pag-angat. But this is super clean coming from them. This is what's actually scary about Bren. Kasi Onyx is the top two team in our current standings as of the moment. And for them to actually go 2-0 against the second seeded team, this is actually very surprising. Kasi alam mo yun, parang a lot of people actually counted Bren out because of their performance in the first half. But what did Leo and I told you, right? You can never count out the heart of a champion, and that's what we're seeing number 5 in the standings.
Gusto kong pag-usapan yun, yung Bren and Onyx. Kasi very clearly may nangyaring mali kay Onyx . Tapos sakto din, ang lakas ng balik ng Bren. Wala sobrang nabaon. Ikaw, Yuji, ano nakita mo doon?
Hindi, actually kung pagbabasehan kasi natin yung past games ng Bren, kung ba't sila napunta sa talagang mababang standing nila. Kasi, parang hindi masyadong nag-sync talaga yung mabuti yung team. Especially may nag-underperform na player. Pero ngayon, nakita ko nabalik na niya yung lakas niya talaga. So, the team is ulit. The team is andyan na. And kahit sino siguro kaya ng warakan ulit ng Bren yan.
Oh, kahit sino. Meron pang Bren Blacklist, di ba? May part 2 yun.
Yeah.
Ako. Sige. Abangan
Watch out agad sa Bren yan.
Sige. I'm looking forward, honestly. Kasi unstoppable ngayon si Bren. Lalo na naayos nila yung internal nila, yung comms, tsaka yung lakas nila. Tapos, meron pa silang extra help from an extra analyst, no? Si paring Paolo Expert. My brother Pao, shoutouts. Sige, let's go to day 3. Let's see what happened in day 3 as well.
Day 3 indeed is going to be Echo versus TNC. Two of the teams na gustong makabawi in this week. TNC losing against Blacklist while Echo naman lost to RSG in the previous game. Specifically, nung day 2 lang. So, they really wanted to try to get more points in this one, and yan ang nakita natin, most especially with TNC. This is the team or yung Phoenix. Always rise nga ang sinasabi nila, di ba? Which is why yan ang nakita natin from this matchup. Hindi sila basta-basta nagpadaig. They didn't give up without a fight. And we saw that from Trimar, TZ, and the rest of the gang. But Echo is simply loud with the noise as of the moment. Hindi sila papayag nang uuwi sila ng week number 5 nang wala silang naipapanalong laban. So this is again going to be another defeat coming from TNC. But hopefully, nakita na natin kung ano yung mga shades or shines of potential coming in from each and every one of them, and they would go back to they would go back and always rise from the standings. And speaking of the standings, the battle of the besties, Blacklist versus RSG. These guys have good rapport all over social media, and at the same time, hindi kasi ganun pagdating sa ating laban. Yes, RSG was actually dominating in the early stages of the game, but nakakakitaan lang sila ng isang pagkakamali coming in from the side of Blacklist International, where they actually bursted yung nats ni Reynolds na napakamaku nats, as you can see. So it is absolutely something that you really have to take into consideration, especially with the holy baptism coming in from Oh My Venus here. You know, sobrang nagkalat yan sa TikTok, sa social media, and this is one of the reasons why it's very difficult to beat Blacklist. And speaking of which, Onyx versus NXPE. Two other teams na gusto ding maabawi kasi they also lost to some of the teams na nakalaban nila in the previous series. But so far, it's very interesting because now we haven't seen Renegade in the past 2 games, and at the same time also here Hesa is playing. Although Hesa did play well, I guess yung strategy ng mga teams to actually ban H2O's heroes because nawawala yung mga nakasanayan niyang gamitin because of the fact na they were being revamped, specifically Lancelot and Hayabusa in this current patch. So it's going to be very interesting kasi 2 weeks yun eh. 2 weeks ang tagal ng bans na yon. So I'm very curious to seeing how the rest of Next Play Evos will be able to play around this one. Pero yeah, it's going to be win for Onyx in the last part of our match.
Yeah. Interesting tong huling araw ng week 5 dahil parang mabilis yung laro, mabilis yung araw. Parang ang aga nating umuwi nun eh. Yuji, may favorite moments ka ba dito sa week 5 day 3?
Favorite moments ko siguro sa Echo, yung pagpick nila ng Argus, pati dun sa Onyx na nagkarina sila. Talagang kapag meron kang, lagi yun eh, yung mga dating MPL ko, pagka may surprise pick ka talaga, imposibleng matalo. As in yung, kasi, pag alam first time mo na-encounter siya sa tournament, hindi mo masyadong kabisado yung gameplay nun, or yung, as an enemy, hindi mo alam yung maximum potential ng hero na yun. So talaga masusurprise ka talaga. And mahirap counterin yun during the match. Kahit sabihin mo sarili mo na, oy, kumalma kayo. Pero yung mental stress nagbi-build up kasi nga hindi mo pa ganun ma-analyze yung new hero na sinet up ng kalaban. Especially dun sa Argus na yun. Talagang after nung revamp, 30 seconds na lang yung ulti and ang bilis nun. So clash na lang ng clash yun. Tapos sa Karina naman, yung first skill niya, nagba-bounce yung nagre-reflect yung damage ng mga marksman or kahit melee. So, nakakagulat kasi Karina, in-expect mo na malambot pero naka-tank build. So, sobrang nakaka-excite panoorin. Karina tank.
Yun yung masakit. Oo. Dati, immune ka lang. Ngayon, binabalik mo pa. So, talagang pwede ka lang mag-build ng tank items pero may damage ka pa rin kasi nga lumalaban kayo. You're right. I love it. Agree. Argus and Karina definitely surprises from the last day of week 5. Pero sige, sa ating pagbabalik, masasagot yung mga mainit yung tanong, guys. Ang daming nagre-request eh. Pasok pa ba TNC? Ano mangyayari dito? yung mga hero na posible pang bumalik kasi nga may revamp di ba? May cooldown timer sila. This week, lahat sila available na ulit. We'll discuss all of that when we come back. Quick muna dito. Huwag kang aalis. Recall will be returning in just a few minutes. Alright, real quick, before we go ahead and end the show, I just wanted to come on and remind everyone that when we're watching the MPL or any broadcast for that matter na esports, let's all remain calm. And of course, remember na 2021 na guys, mag-level up na tayo. There's no room for homophobia, discrimination, racism, or any kind of hate in our community. Sama-sama tayo dito eh. Diba? Esports, atin to. We built this city, but also we built this community. So, yun lang. Do me a favor, do all of us a favor, and try to keep the comments civil, try to keep the comments relatively toxic free, and let's just enjoy. Alright? On behalf of everyone making this possible, yun lang ang aking hinihingi, and we'll see you next time. Peace out. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving us a like and subscribe to the channel. You can find us on Facebook via the link in the description. Thanks.